All right, welcome everybody to a very special edition of Nostalgia Nights featuring the homie PC Chris. We will be talking about a whole lot of stuff tonight, and it is a special edition and not just because it's on a Saturday. So we definitely have some stuff in store for you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are going to start with a quick sound test. PC, if you just want to talk and make sure that people can hear you well and stuff.
What's up, everyone? Long time no see. Can you hear me?
All right, let's make sure that the audio is good and then we'll actually get started here.
Oh my,
Chat's blowing up.
oh my God.
They love you, dude. They
It's
love you.
it's good to be
Um,
back.
let's see. It's good. Sound is fine. You guys can hear both of us, or like not neither of us are too loud or too quiet. Seems like we're good. If anyone's too loud or too quiet, let me know, guys, in the chat, and I'll adjust that as we go on. But yeah, so welcome, PC Chris, to Nostalgia Nights. This is like a series I have on my stream with various people from the old school days of Melee. And obviously, in this case, it's a very special edition because we have a lot to talk about as far as your comeback. And so let's start, I guess, by basically people haven't really seen too much of you in the Smash community since I'd say like 2011, 2012. What have you really been up to over the past couple years?
I mean, I've been basically like kind of living a normal life for
We
someone
can
my
hear
age. I'm
you.
27 now. After like the glory days for me, it was like especially after Brawl came out, I felt like it was hard to use Melee as like a source of living. Like there's no way you could survive off it, and like I was pretty much forced to into the real world. Got a real job. Like I've been a waiter for 3 years, and it's like pretty decent money, but it's not fun. It's not Melee. Like, and now that I see like the community has just been like blowing up, it's just like really hard not to come back. Like I'm I've been playing the past few years. I popped my head at a couple tournaments, but like until like recently, I really haven't like really got the drive to be like I want to like be competitive. It was just like a fun hobby that I can never give up. But like now I want to be competitive again, and it's like it's just
Nice.
really hard. It's just like really hard not to give in. Like this is like the fourth time I've been thinking about this, but like now like I have to do it.
Right. That's awesome, man. I mean, it's definitely the time to do it right now. I'm sure you're familiar with how big the scene's gotten. A lot of it was the documentary, and then Melee being at Evo, obviously, and now there's like another element of Nintendo actually supporting tournaments, which all of that combined has just led to Smash being huge in this day and age. And I definitely think that if you're making your real comeback, then now is the perfect time to do so for sure. Um, what do you think, I guess, in the past couple attempts you mentioned that like you did try to come back sort of, like what do you think prevented you from really getting back into it and why do you think it'll be different this time?
Um, that's like a pretty good question. It's not that I didn't feel like I performed well or to my level at the time. It's just like I don't know. I'm not exactly like stacking like paper working as a waiter. Like I'm living paycheck to paycheck more or less. Like and to find time, free time to go to a tournament and spend like a whole day there, it was just really like I don't know. It wasn't as enjoyable as it used to be. But like now that I can just basically focus on competing and just like having a good time, it kind of makes me want to like come back. I mean, I definitely am coming back, but I don't know. More or less, I just finally like it's something that I've been passionate about. Like I've always been passionate about Melee, even though like no one's heard of me for 3 years. Like it doesn't mean like I'm watching watching streams like every Sunday, like every Saturday. Like I live with two people who play Melee. Like I'm still playing. It just until recently, I just haven't got that drive though. Like I want to become better. Like I want to learn and like take the next step.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, it's pretty crazy, I think, for all of us that we're old school players that try to come back. The just how difficult it is to get into the game at this point compared to back in the day. Like everyone's so good compared to the average level back in the day was like the scrub level. Now the average level was like a really good player. So it definitely takes a lot of practice. But we did talk the other night, PC, and discuss your comeback a little bit, and so you're definitely coming to Apex. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, right now the only really real problem is like those are days that I work and I can request off, but it's the money situation. If I'm not working, I'm not making money and I'm spending money.
Right.
But like if there was a way like that I could go and take off work and still have enough money, then like I would absolutely go. Like why not? I'm really close. There's like no excuse not to.
That's awesome. Well, now that you mention that, I do have an idea. Stream, would you guys at all be interested in supporting PC to get to Apex via a donation drive? Press one if yes. Oh, okay, people were already saying it before I even said anything, but yeah, guys. So we did actually have that planned. PC does want to enter at Apex, so there's only a couple days left to register. We're planning on doing that today during this stream. We're gonna get a donation drive going for the homie PC Chris to attend Apex. Real quick, I did want to go ahead and for those of you that may not have seen it somehow yet, the Salty Sweet at Apex will have a very special match, a old school rivalry rekindled. And I set up this match the other day when I found out the PC was in fact interested in coming back. And so let's go ahead and take a look real quick at this trailer here. If you guys have somehow not yet heard about it, PC Chris versus Cannon, the MLG old school rivalry. Oh snap! Battlefront already coming in with the $1 donation. Can you hear the stream, PC? Did you hear that wolf howl? Oh, I guess
Yeah,
it's still lit.
have the ch- I only have the chat open, but I heard it from like your side, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
But
that'll be that's like the alert for every time I get a donation, just FYI.
okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, I
so
just like my Wi-Fi is not great, so I'm scared to like look at the stream
yeah. Don't worry
video.
about that. No, no, no. As long as if you can hear the alert, that's cool. Just, it's a cool way of like realizing when someone donates or whatever. So we'll get that actual donation drive started soon. That dollar will go toward PC Chris's Apex registration. Thank you, Battlefront. But like I said, guys, we're gonna just real quick go ahead and look at this amazing trailer.
Works his way back. Hopefully
I
silencing
mean,
some
this is
critics
awesome.
in his
Like,
mind.
The finals
I
on a
even
PC
if
Chris.
like I
Winner of
didn't
the
have
New York
enough money
City
to enter,
season
I would still
opener.
go just for salty sweet. It's just like
How much do you know about
I
yourself?
don't
You never
know.
been
I
to
don't have a
fight
hotel
before.
room. Like
How much do
I
you know about yourself? You never had a
don't know if I
nemesis.
could just afford or like
You're a
enter
person
it.
who's
Like I play
your
Smash
opposite.
4 too.
You
Like
need to
I
go
play
with somebody who
Melee.
really wants to see
I don't
you
know.
fall.
Maybe even Street Fighter 4. Yeah, I'm not
When
sure
your
if
set
you're
is over,
entering. I'm
Ken
thinking
said
about
you
it.
had no chance.
Like I'm just. It would be nice to be able to enter like Melee teams and singles and like Smash 4. I don't know. Because if I didn't enter, it's just it's great to watch, but at the same time, it just like I I don't know. Like I should be in this right now.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I was playing the trailer during that, so if anyone missed it, I'm sorry. Or if anyone missed what PC was saying, but basically, PC is saying that he would probably enter regardless of the donation drive, but as far as actually paying for registration for the event itself is not cheap. Like let's put that out there. Like actually entering the event itself is not cheap. So The Salty Sweet match would go down regardless because PC will definitely be there, and the Salty Sweet's late at night anyway, so it could probably be like after work or whatever. But if we can get this donation drive going and reach our goal, then we can definitely get PC at Apex. $2 for PC Chris. Thank you, Jiu-Jitsu Trades. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
So moving on though, before I actually put the donation drive goal. Oh snap! B Clinton 3 donated $20 and says you still owe me $11 for cigs, chips, and coffee. I don't know if you know who that is.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna try to connect this thing through the Ethernet. Now I have an adapter.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the trailer again now, guys. While PC tries to hopefully get a better connection going here. So once again, this is the Salty Sweet trailer for PC versus Ken at the Apex Salty Sweet later this month.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm strapped in, boys.
Nice. All right, here, I'll play the trailer real quick and then we'll resume.
Ken works his way back, hopefully silencing some critics in his mind.
The finals go to PC Chris, winner of the New York City season opener.
How much do you know about yourself? You've never been in a fight. How much do you know about yourself? You've never had a nemesis.
I don't know.
Yo,
Hello?
what's up? I don't see your face anymore, but I hear you.
Alright, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm connected by Ethernet now, but now.
Okay, here, real quick, I'm gonna restart the call. That might fix it. I'm gonna call you again.
Alright.
All right. Sorry, guys. Bit of technical difficulty here. Okay, awesome.
All right.
Wow, that already looks way better. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Ethernet cords they're great.
Shout out to Ethernet cords. Okay, yeah, sorry about the trailer. Either way, the trailer is on VG Bootcamp's channel, so you guys can check that out. Regardless, so as I said, there is the donation goal for PC Chris to get to Apex, but the other night when I talked to PC, I also talked to him about streaming and basically how I've been streaming on Twitch lately. It's been really successful, and it seems like, oh snap, Fine Yoshi Pie with a $10 donation. Guys, I'll add this all to the donation goal once I get it up here, so thank you guys so much for the donations.
Thank you very much. It's awesome.
And so, like I said, I was talking to PC about streaming, about getting a stream started on Twitch. And PC, how do you feel about that?
I mean, honestly, like, I play pretty often, and I think, like, I'm pretty fun to watch. Me and my friends are funny. I live around some good people. I can get some really good matches in. I play multiple games, and I'm just like, why not? Like, it's something I already do, and I just really would love to give it a shot.
That's awesome,
I'm not
dude.
sure. Like, I hope it works, but like, why not try?
Yeah, I can vouch. PC is hilarious. He's a lot of fun to chill with and play Smash, so that usually translates to a great streamer. Oh, PC's too quiet now? Okay, let me turn you up a little bit. Okay, let me know if that's a little bit better, guys. Spade K, by the way, donated another $10 for you.
Amazing. Thank you.
So basically, guys, the donation drive idea I had did start as just to get PC to enter Apex, but if you guys would be interested in a PC stream as well, then the best way to do that would be if we can My idea was to just bump it up into a combo donation drive, both to get PC to Apex as well as to get PC streaming equipment, so that he can both enter Apex and start streaming, really make a full-fledged comeback, and obviously that would be amazing. Um, and I will get that donation goal started right now. Give me just a second. Frank Goldman donated $1.
Thank you.
Okay. So, let's see. Apex, I think registration is a little bit over $70 for Apex, but again, PC would be missing work as well to have to go there, so that's another thing to consider. But everything combined, I think we're going to set the donation goal, guys, at 300. That's for getting PC to enter Apex as well as getting PC streaming equipment so he can start streaming. And like I said, I'm gonna set that donation goal up right now. The way to donate is just scroll down on my channel page and hit donate. All the donations tonight will just go toward that goal. So let me see. Oh, snap. Max coming in with a $5 donation.
Amazing.
PC Chris, just say I love Max the Hillian.
Wait, I'm in the process of getting the chat back up.
Oh yeah.
I kind of forgot.
Oh snap. Rubsters, aka Eggy, donated $8.
Thank you. Amazing. I'm like, if I could start streaming and like the more I play, the better I'm gonna get, and the better I get, like the more into it I'm gonna get. And like I would really like to make like one last run, like a serious run at it. And like I think it might be entertaining for everyone. I really do. Like I'm a little nervous right now. Like this is the first time
Oh my
I've
God.
my head out here.
The donations are just pouring in, dude.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Okay. Let me see. My God. They won't stop. Okay, hold on. Let me try to get you a realistic idea of how many people have donated already, which is a lot. Oh my God! Dukester came in with another $5.
I really appreciate every single donation. Thank you.
People love you, dude. I told you. All right. Oh my God. Edgeken, I don't know how to pronounce that, donated $5 as well. If you can have the stream up, PC, you can like see the donations pop up yourself. Since if you're on Ethernet, it might be.
Yeah, I could probably handle that now.
Kenzilla donated $5 as well. My God, you guys are the best. PC, I'm pretty sure is at least going to Apex. Let's see if we can get him some stream equipment as well.
I mean, I'm very pleased right now.
Another $5 Perb. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. So okay, now that we got the, I guess, initial just explaining, like, anonymous with $1.69, nice. Basically, as PC has gone making like a full comeback, guys, he wants to start streaming. He wants to enter Apex. He wants to see what he can really do. Volume up with another $1 donation. PC Chris's volume is still very low. Okay.
Shit. Sorry. I'll try to speak up.
Anonymous donated $2 as well with a smiley face. Is that better, guys? Let me know how it is now.
Can you hear me better?
Oh no. The stream might be down. Up. Dude, oh my God, so many donations.
I feel like I'm doing such a bad job. I'm just like smiling. Like, it's so funny.
Direction of PC Christ. That's hilarious.
Somebody made a picture. It's pretty scary.
Dude, this is insane. Hear us and everything. How is the sound now? Corn Holy donated $10.
Amazing. Thank you.
I guess that's fair. That seems like a good. The howl's super loud. Okay, sorry guys. My apologies. Because I turned.
This is overwhelming. Oh. You got this. I believe in you. You haven't changed at all, Sean.
Okay, we should be all good, guys. We should be all good. Matejo with the $2 donation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Goodness. Okay, guys. Cardvark with the $20 donation. PC for president.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I need to start adding this all up. Oh my God. Steven Stone, $10 donation. This is to PC beating Ken.
It was a great time, not gonna lie.
I think he means you beating him this year, dude, at the Salty Sweet. You confident? Can you do it, PC? I've seen a lot of people saying that you can't do it. People writing you off already. How do you feel about your chances against Ken in the Salty Sweet?
It's hard to gauge just because I haven't really played that serious, like really important match in a long time. He's definitely has like the advantage in terms of like experience, but I don't know, like he's had a year under his belt right now. Like I've still played, I'm definitely a little rusty. I'm gonna try to shake as much off as possible before that. But like that's one matchup that I'm pretty confident in. Like as a Fox, like you're always just like going up against Marth, and
My God.
whether I use Fox or Falco, I know people love my Falco for some reason still.
All right, these donations keep rolling in here. Here, let me. Oh my goodness, Get Streaming donated $5. Salty Sweet gonna be hype as fuck. Let's see. Okay.
The Falco hype.
Erect Mustache donated $30. Oh my God.
Great name. Thank you very much. So like should I be doing something in the meantime?
Yeah, if you wanna like respond to the chat at all, this should only take me like a minute or so. But the donations keep coming in, so it's hard to like add them all up. But
Okay.
if you guys wanna shoot PC some questions in the chat, he will be more than happy to answer them. Just try to repeat the question before you answer it.
Okay.
LPE22 with the $25 donation says, "I love you, PC. We love you, PC."
This part is like honestly amazing. The question, PC, any chance of going to Nebula soon? I would have been there today, but I have this to look forward to, so I would love to get one tournament under my belt before I go to Apex, and Nebulous is probably going to be the one to go to. Okay.
This is ridiculous. I think we already hit the goal, guys. Oh my god. Holy crap.
Okay. I'm trying to look for a question that stands out. Who are you going to be playing against, Ken? Falco? Honestly, I really don't know. But like my best character is definitely Fox, and I kind of feel like my Falco is just like not up to speed as much as my Fox, but it really depends on like the style of player I'm playing against.
Oh my
So,
god. The donations will not stop. All right, we reached the goal. I added it up and it was already like close to $400.
Amazing.
My god. So, all right guys, PC will be at Apex. Aurelius 3 with the $5 donation. PC will start streaming as well. So, look out for that, guys. My god, that was pretty amazing. How quickly we reached that. Of course, further the Hillian with another $1 donation. Further donations will continue to benefit the homie PC Chris. So any further donations are certainly appreciated. But we did hit that goal real quick. RIP Chill Tim donated $10. Rep us in the Melee Hell versus Melee Social Crew Battle. Is that happening?
I'm gonna stay out of that one. I don't know if you heard what happened with the old Melee Hell, but
I've seen some things. Got Bopped donated $5, showing some love. Okay, so we hit that donation drive goal real quick. 43 Degrees with a $20 donation. PC coming through. Sean's a good guy for setting this up. Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. When I talked to PC the other night and I found out that like he was actually interested in getting back into it. I don't know. I guess Max the Hillian with another $5 donation. He wants you to say hi to him.
sorry, what was the name again?
Max the Hillian.
Max the Hillian. Thanks a lot.
Nice. There you go, Max. Hungry Box with a $1 donation. PC should just main puff. I don't know if that's actually HBox or not, but that's funny.
I got every character in my pocket.
Yeah.
Except for Yoshi.
You guys remember that part in the documentary when PC said he was the true master of diversity? Dr. Tax donated $6.66. PC, Clark wants to have giant beers with you at a Japanese restaurant again.
I mean, that sounds amazing. Let's do it.
Rakuza X donated $30. Keep the donations going. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you guys all so much. This is incredible. I told you, PC, that you had some support in the community, man, for sure. Aurelius with another $5. I'll donate $100 if PC joins Team Liquid. Maybe at some point. Not just yet. PC's got to get back into it a little bit more. But
PC's got to get his swing back.
Matteo with another $2 donation. Looking forward to streams. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna help PC out a lot when he starts streaming and stuff. Make sure that he knows what he's doing and all that good stuff. Papercut Weasel with a $30 donation. Some money from a Smash brother. Use it for success, PC. Nice.
I mean, this is just like unbelievable.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. SaveCAD, I don't know how to say that. Donated $10. PC, ooh, that's a rude donation message, but thank you for the donation regardless. Do you have the stream up now, by the way?
I have the chat up, not the
Oh,
stream.
okay. Okay, cool. And
It's potentially my roommates.
XEZAV donated 420. You better be hella crispy. Nice. Okay. All right, guys. So the donations keep coming. Thank you guys all so much. And this, I'm sure PC greatly appreciates this. But the show must go on. So what we are gonna do is watch PC's episode of the Smash documentary. Turn up PC's volume. Donate $1. Still? Really? I can turn it up a little more. Okay, I turned up PC's volume a little bit more. As I said, guys, PC Chris has actually never seen his own episode of the documentary. So let's go over that real quick. How much of the documentary have you seen?
I dabbled with Isaiah's part, and I saw bits and pieces. I don't know. I'm just weird. It's like it was a great thing. It was a lot of fun to do. Like working with Travis was great, but I'm just weird. Like I don't like post selfies. Like I don't want to see myself. So like I just stayed away from that from it for that reason only. Like I've heard great things about it though. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't
I'm
think
just
that makes
I'm
you
just
weird. It's just you're not. I can see how it's weird. Like for me, it was weird at first watching the documentary because it's like, I was there for all of this and like, I don't know, but I mean, Samox did an amazing job of actually putting it together. So like, it's still entertaining even though I was there for all of it and I know everything that's gonna happen or whatever. But he still did a really good job with like the video work and everything. So I mean, for that reason, it's still awesome to watch. And obviously, for everyone else who wasn't there, it was an amazing watch apparently because it got so many new people into the community and that's amazing. So but I mean if you are down PC, I feel like we should watch your episode and
I mean, why not?
nice
Why
and just
not?
go over because honestly a lot of people who I don't know just saw the documentary might not know a lot of how you got there because I think um, people that saw the documentary might have like kind of just a different perspective of where you came from. Because I remember you as being like this like random Ganondorf player who beat Husband at like Smash for Cash in like 2004 or whatever the fuck. And then it took you like a couple years to get there. But as far as the Smash documentary was concerned, it kind of painted you in a light of you got there a lot quicker than you did, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know that for a fact since I really haven't like sat through my whole part, but there it was a struggle. Like I was bad for a long time. I'm not just talking about like not winning tournaments bad. I was just talking about like Wes and like the other DA members from New York, like just like embarrassing me, like making me like look really bad. And at the time, like when you first get good and you haven't really like met anyone who's competitive at the game yet, you're like, oh, I'm the best out of all my friends. Like I definitely had that kind of aura like going around me. I clearly had a little bit of skill, but I wasn't ready to get good. So I feel like the first few years, like 2003 to 2005, it was kind of like me finding what character and what kind of style I was gonna play. And once I started traveling is kind of when I was starting to show up on the radar. But there was a couple of years where I didn't do anything. Like my highlight was like taking 2 stocks from Isaiah. Like
Yeah.
I used to play Ganon, and I just remember he picked Falcon. We got FD, and I'm just like, I can't play Ganon. Nice. This is not gonna work. I need something
Yeah.
else.
Was Ganon your original main?
Yeah, I landed on Ganon just because I felt like he was a good character to start off with. Just has like big hit boxes, he's like very honest. Like his limitations are very honest, and I feel like he didn't rely on being like so fast. So I would be like thinking more. Like this was my mindset, like as a scrub, like before I was searching Smashboards and everything.
Right. Yeah, no,
So
I mean, we used to think in like 2002 that Azin's Ganondorf was his best character, because like if you apply all the advanced techniques to Ganon, then it makes him so much faster, like instantly. Like as far as
yeah,
short hop and L canceling and fast falling and all that, like if you do that with Ganon, then it makes him so much faster. So Azin was really good with all that stuff, like right off the bat. So when we saw him do it, we were like, oh my God, Ganon must be really good. But that we realized that was kind of wrong pretty quick.
you. I think they're saying to turn up the volume, but some people say I sound fine. I'm very confused.
Yeah, that is weird. Um, let's see if I can turn you up in Skype. That might help. Um, maybe that helped. I don't know. Can you do some test noises?
Hello? Okay, I sound good. Sound great.
Is that better? I could be a bit quieter. Okay, I'll turn myself down, and then maybe you guys can just turn your overall volume up, and that'll help. Okay, I turned myself down, guys. Apologies if okay, it sounds better. All right, cool. Guys, we are gonna take a quick break, because I really need to use the bathroom. But we will be back in just a few minutes. We're gonna go through PC's episode of the documentary. So that should be a lot of fun. I guess PC, if you can, try to get the stream up, like the actual video feed, because I don't know how else we're gonna have you watch it at the same time or whatever.
Okay.
What I can do is, uh, I guess I can play it, and then I'll just watch the stream feed as well, and that way we'll both be seeing it at the same time. At least it'll both be the same level of delay, hopefully. So.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. So yeah, guys, we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Thank you guys all so much. We reached that donation goal real quick. Once again, PC is going to Apex. He is entering. He is gonna be starting a stream soon as well. So thank you guys all so much. The Smash community is incredible. That was ridiculous how fast
Yeah.
we hit that.
It's honestly like it's very humbling. Like I know for some people like I seem like I'm like a big deal, but I haven't been in the Smash community for a couple of years in and out, and like coming back with this to this kind of like welcome is just I don't know. It's just nice to be back.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have a great time. Like this next year is gonna be great. I'm just very excited.
Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I know exactly how you feel because that's how I felt at the beginning of last year, and it honestly exceeded my expectations even. So, but yeah, thank you guys for all those donations. Thank you. I had one new sub as well that I forgot to shout out. Let me see who that was. Kim Andre the Man. Thank you so much for subbing. Welcome to the Chilluminati and all that good stuff. So, the support has been great, guys, and PC is definitely going to be coming back in full force this year in 2015. So make sure you guys are ready for that. Another great way to support the stream, guys, is to turn off ad block on my page. I appreciate y'all that do that for me as well. I only ever play ads when I'm on breaks, so you're never actually missing out on doing on anything on the stream by doing that. Just helping support as well. So yeah, like I said, we are going to take a quick 15-minute break. What's the donation amount at now? I stopped adding it up because we reached the goal within like 10 minutes. So it's I think close to 400, if not over 400 already. So yeah, like I said, PC will definitely be at Apex and definitely starting a stream soon as well. Like I said, guys, when we get back in 5 minutes or so, we are definitely gonna watch PC's episode of the documentary, which he has not yet seen himself in full. So that'll be a
This,
ton of fun.
this is gonna be hype. I'm a little nervous, but
Nice. Watchtogether.com, is that a real thing? I was trying to find some kind of SyncTube-esque thing. Either way, I'll look into that when I get back in just a minute. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere because we will have that documentary episode just for PC coming right up.
awesome. Thank you very much, guys. This has been great.
PC's the homie. I'm very glad to set this up. I still can't believe how fast we hit that, though. That was incredible.
I don't know. I feel crazy right now, honestly.
Awesome, dude. All right, guys. Once again, gonna take a quick break. Be back in just a few minutes, and don't go anywhere because that PC documentary reviewing is coming up in just a second.
Alpha Zealot.
I'm so nervous.
I'm actually really excited
The
to see
hair.
this. I think PC Chris is going to stick with Falcon most of the way through.
I went to MLG
This
Anaheim
looks
with
like
actually my
looks
girlfriend at the
so
time and
old.
her
Oh my
friend,
god.
two people who knew nothing about the game, but we were there, the front row of the bleachers cheering, and it was one of the few times when Melee has really felt like a real sport.
He wants to stay away from those platforms. He needs to control the bottom middle of the stage. Ooh, excellent forward smash from Ken, and he gets the first kill.
It was accessible to those who didn't know a lot about it. You didn't need to know all the technical terms, but it was a competition. It was a spectator sport.
There we go. PC gets the next kill, but he's in trouble. He's gonna.
Oh, I was muted. I should be good now, guys.
The next kill.
And that's why people
Let me
use
know how the
something
balance
that
is
you
between
create
my
an
voice,
important
PC's
main
voice, and the
story,
video.
you know, before it all crashed and burned.
The video's quiet, people are saying? Okay. Turn the video up a little bit.
I look so handsome.
I met them at this tournament in New Jersey. It was in this guy's house. This guy named Kip, he was just beating everyone.
Yes.
I'm like, who's this Asian kid beating everyone like this? He was using Jigglypuff, and
Oh my
he
God.
would just do the same
It's like
thing.
one of
He
my
would
best
just
friends.
do back air, back air, back
Do you still
air.
hang out
He
with
would
Kip?
just beat everyone just
Absolutely,
like that.
man.
The funny thing
He's
is,
the
I used
homie.
to always,
Yeah, he's the
like, how
shit.
can I say? I used to beat people, but like beat them kind of like making them feel bad. So then when I fought him, like I would talk crap to him, like stop doing that stuff, and then like I would beat
Yeah,
him.
I talked about this before. I got bullied.
After that, he said, you know, watch out for PC Chris. PC Chris is better. I'm like, oh, he is? He's better than me? I was like, so I gotta play this guy.
I love the skateboarding footage.
In high school, I had a group of friends.
I was like
We used to
just as
skateboard.
rusty
There was
as
two
I am at
Chris's.
Melee.
It was an immediate problem. I was just Portchester Chris, but like PC just stuck. When I made a gamer tag, I was just like, I don't want to be like Dark Evil Prince 955. I wanna just be PC Chris.
Dark
So I
Evil
was
Prince
skateboarding at the same
955.
Time after school. That's all I did for about basically 4 years, like as a hobby, and then eventually I really broke my thumb terribly badly. I fell while like downstairs, and I tried to like break my fall, and the thumb got tucked down behind my hand. You can see how like if I line up the knuckles, that one's like clearly shorter. It kind of like scared me because I never hurt myself, and like I was in a cast, and it was in my right hand, so
I always-
right in school for a while.
I thought this
So
part
it's
was
like,
funny because, okay, so if you broke your thumb, then like, why is it like, okay, I need to stop skateboarding. I need to start playing video games. Like, wouldn't that like prevent you from playing Smash?
I mean, I just like it sounds stupid. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I see it, but you gotta think of that movie. Like, what was it, like Rookie of the Year? The kid breaks his arm, then he throws like 90 like mile per hour fastballs,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in the MLB. It's like I don't know. I never like I would fall so bad and I would always just bounce back up, and then like I saw my thumb dangling there, and I'm just like, Like I had to learn how to like write with my left hand. Like
Oh, damn.
it sucked. It wasn't cool. And like I love skateboarding, I definitely do. And like I still do, even though like I don't do it because I'll die. But
Yeah. All right.
I guess like I got tired of falling,
oh,
so
Portchester
just, like,
Police.
let's just play Smash. I remember the day that I wanted to get better. For the whole day, I was like, okay, I'm going to beat my friend. Because at the time, I just could not beat him 1v1. So eventually, I was like, well, maybe there's like videos of really good players. Maybe we're doing something wrong. It was when Ken was first coming around. I couldn't even understand like what he was doing because it was just like his character was moving so fast. Like, I just didn't know how it was possible. I didn't even try to aim for him because I was like, this guy's too good. I looked for like somebody more local, somebody I could play with, and Wes from DA was the first person that like I really saw who was really good like
Yes.
in New York.
PC Chris came once he heard about the gauntlets.
We started attending New York tournaments, New Jersey tournaments.
I'll beat him, Kip, all of his friends.
Wes and all the DA guys definitely were beating us up for a while.
He was like your sensei at first, right, Wes?
You see yourself
Yeah, he
getting
definitely
better,
like showed me the
and, like,
ropes.
You start to understand
Like,
the game more.
I couldn't beat him for a while, a long time.
They would just
Like I had to
end,
go
like,
out of
the game
state
suddenly
to
gets, like,
win.
20 times better.
I went to
We just started
Texas,
training with each other.
beat
Eventually,
Caveman
Wes
because I
started
couldn't beat
teaming,
Wes.
So, it's funny how that works.
With training from Wes, PC Chris slowly became one of the best Falcos in New
Oh my
York.
god.
That
He
picture.
was even selected to represent his coast during the FC3
I have so many different
and
looks.
took two
It's
stocks from
great.
Isaiah
Yeah.
before being knocked out.
This is the Mark Wahlberg look.
As 2005 came to a
Good
close,
one.
PC shocked many by placing third
Yeah,
in the
look,
MLG
PC and
National
Empire
Championships,
Oh yeah.
right behind Ken and Chuda. It was a
Those
sign that new
guys.
blood was in the mix, and change was around the corner.
Dude, your hair was so long.
It's long right now. I'm not gonna even
2006
show it.
opened up in New York too, so my goal was to place top 3
My
again.
mic is still too
The
high. I've been
MLG
turning my
Open in
mic down
2006
consistently.
was such
Let me
a
know if
big
that's better,
deal
guys.
Because everyone knew how big MLG was now.
I knew it was going to be bigger, so I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm going to win, I'm going to win.
And Melee was starting to get huge. That might have been like the biggest year of Melee's growth was 06.
You know, I was winning the matches I felt I should win, and then like eventually came like the opponents that like I wasn't sure like shoot at.
I actually told him a trick to use to get out of the chain grab.
Oh, yeah, you remember this?
Just because Chu was.
Yeah,
in the
I
West
still
Coast
tell
at that
people about
point,
this.
and I really didn't want to see.
It was
Chu
that
and Ken
secret
just roll
knowledge
the
back in the
winnings,
day.
Yeah.
as usual.
And
Dude, I
ended up
definitely wouldn't have
beating
told you if
Chu
Chu wasn't
half
West
fight
Coast. I
Ken
was just like,
in
dude,
finals.
we can't
I don't
just
think
have
I fought
Chu and
Ken
Ken
up until this
in
point in
finals.
tournament, at
They're just
least.
gonna split.
First matchup starts.
Yeah, seriously.
Here goes PC Chris. Ken has chosen Yoshi's Story as his first stage.
Okay, and let's take a look at who is playing here. We got PC Chris. PC Chris from New York, Portchester, New York. That's where his name comes from. Versus Ken, who's the undisputed king of Smash. He has traveled around the world and proven no one's even come close to giving him a challenge. He's lost a few times in the past, but nothing serious. Yet PC Chris taking a set from him is huge. And if PC Chris were to win
I
this
thought it was,
tournament,
like,
it would mean
the
so much for
same.
the Smash community. A question where everybody thinks PC Chris is a rising young star. 6 months ago, he was only semi-respected. A year ago, barely known. 2 years ago, not known at all. And here he is in the final championships, starting to take out Ken. So excited.
And commentary did not exist before MLG in any facet that I would deem noteworthy.
Yeah,
but when MLG
that's
started
pretty
doing
crazy if you
commentary,
think
there was
about
very
it.
few people that wanted to
What's
do it.
that?
It's like the whole, like, I don't know. Like, remember the DC++ hub? And, like, how, I don't know, like, there wasn't videos on YouTube and things like that. Like, when you wanted to get good at first, it was, like, really hard.
It was way, way harder. Like people have like resources now to like be able to like look at like a guide or something to start off quickly. Back in the day, it was really hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like, it's definitely a good thing now, because, like, if somebody wants to get better, they have, like, all the means necessary to, like, they just need somebody good to play.
Right.
But like back in the day, it wasn't always that case. Like the skill gap between like the really good players and then like the rest of the people were so like noticeable. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean, the skill gap now between like the gods and like the people just under the gods is not that big compared to it used to be huge. Like every time, like you could have like the top 3 of like Ken, Asin, and Isaiah, and then there was a big ass gap before you got to like Chu and people like me and you or whatever, and then it was like another big ass gap before you get
Yeah.
to like the average players or whatever.
It was like a lot. I don't know. Like upsets were a lot rarer. Like way back before MLG. Like I don't know. I mean, I guess you beat Ken at Game Over, but
Yeah, no, I mean that's why it was just such a big deal. Like that kind of upset would not have meant nearly as much in like the past few years compared to when it did happen at Game Over. Like those types of upsets were super rare when it was like a lesser known player beating like one of the top players.
exactly. I don't know. It's not saying it's like easy to like have an upset victory now, but
Right. It was just more of, I guess, a pronounced skill difference between the
yeah,
different players.
at like one point it was just like, well, it's like Ken is only losing to like Isaiah and maybe Azen, and I'm like, it slowly grew as time went on, but
Right.
like that was just so expected. I mean, I guess it's similar to the way it's like Armada and Mango. Like we really expect them to be like 1-2.
I mean, I think that's why like this episode, your episode is called Revolution because like 2006 MLG was where like the people that had been on top forever finally started to like drop sets, and there started to be other people that like moved up and got on their level. So I mean, before 2006 though, I completely agree with you where it was like really hard for any lesser known player to try to make like an upset of especially one of the top players, but starting in
wanted to do
2006
it.
when everyone started playing
Now,
so hard
unfortunately,
because of
just past the
MLG,
mic round, anyone who's
I feel like
wandering
that's
by, I
when
think that's
you
very
really started to see
regrettable.
more and more upsets happen.
If you ask me, but at MLG it was M3D and JV3X3 and me and only Gamer.
JV3X3.
Did it.
Looks like PC's
That guy
got
was
a bit of
awesome.
trouble here.
Yeah.
And regains control of the bottom of the stage, and he's looking to continue to throw and combo PC to get that last kill.
Wow, and then, that's it.
Oh my God.
Takes the first match.
So bad.
It's a lot about control with this game. It's about who's maintaining the momentum of the matchup. When it's going your way, you can just keep it going and get your kills. When you lose it, you're in
It
trouble.
like almost
I just
feels
remember
like
once
I'm
getting to grand
watching
finals,
like
just
an
wanting
old
to play like
sporting
really,
event.
really aggressive. So that was my strategy
It's
going
like,
in.
oh,
just,
Reggie Jackson
like
and
being
Yeah.
relentless with my laser approaching and like my nair approaching.
I know what
Just
you mean.
Always keeping him on the defensive because from what I've seen, he was always like dictating the match.
It was
and
cool
not,
though. Like I feel like you were
making
the
sure
first
other person
Falco
was,
that
always trying to catch the
that
ground
actually
and
was like
recover and
fast
just,
but
like, get
also
away from
smart
him.
because there
really
were so many
invented
like
most of the techniques
technical
that you see modern
Falcos back
players
in that
use
day
during
that were
tournament
like
play. Ooh,
people
PC
still
doing
didn't think
an
Falco was
excellent
that
job on the
good
edge here to keep
because
Ken
even though there
off.
were some really fast
There's your
Falcos
opportunity.
already, like they never
Oh, you
used
got
his
passed.
tech skill properly.
Ken making an uncharacteristic
Yeah,
mistake.
I mean,
That's gonna do
down
it. Can't
air
get back from that.
is tremendous.
All right.
One mistake on that forward
Even like
smash
back in
cost
the
Ken
day,
that
it was
round.
easy to combo with.
My philosophy is like, if you put pressure on anybody, they're gonna crack eventually. Like as long as it's like perfect pressure, they'll mess up before you do, even though like what you're doing is harder maybe.
PC was just pulling out all
Hey.
kinds of new tricks that we hadn't
Come on.
seen before.
As long as like you apply it correctly, I feel like you can force like any
Someone's
good
knocking
player to
on
do
my
something
door.
like
All right,
that
hang on.
do.
Oh my god, I don't know if people can.
I'm gonna pause real quick. I'll be right back. Sorry. All right, let's resume.
People at home can hear you over the screaming of everyone. That ridiculous combo PC Chris just pulled off. Oh, and oh my god! Oh wow. Okay, what we saw there. PC continuously did his attack that would have killed Ken, but he hit a perfect, what's called a ledge tech. Bounces off the ledge and is able to survive. Very difficult to do, especially with Marth.
It was really hype. I mean, since there were so many people, like a lot of people were watching, and everyone got really into it. Wes was
that
obviously
baby
talking a lot
face.
of smack.
Ken off the
I was
ledge.
fat
Here's the
when he
effect on.
recorded this too. Like I lost weight before the documentary, like
Oh my
before he
God.
filmed this, and then I like regained weight, and that's when he filmed
He
it.
was barely
It's like,
alive.
damn it,
He's
dude.
stealing. PC
Should have picked
survives
the
that
time when I was
attack.
skinny.
Both players are on their feet again to each other. Oh my god.
The crowd goes
Ken buys off the
wild.
left side. Wow. Did not know where that was going.
Oh man, that crowd like ripped me a new one.
Yeah.
You can hear that. I'm gonna put the
Shoot
mic
at
up to the
those.
audience.
You have someone
Dude, I
screaming
was
next to
feeling
your face and stuff.
myself.
It's kind of
Oh my
hard to
God.
concentrate
I can
and-
imagine,
and-
dude. If you were
and,
beating Ken
and
at the
win.
finals
It's
of
now
MLG,
5-3.
it was
in,
a
PC
huge
Chris's
deal,
favor to
dude. I don't
finish
think
off
anyone
the best of
expected
11.
that.
I definitely did
the crowd is
not.
going absolutely out of control, and we're even wondering if it's going to affect the player's gameplay, and then some more officials might have to step
Like,
in.
when
and
people
Ken
found out that Asm wasn't
Like,
going, it was
yeah,
like,
so
oh damn,
Ken's
Ken's
going
like
to take a
definitely
match.
gonna win.
Back and forth
Like,
right here.
he has no
All right,
competition.
PC just needs one more, while Ken needs two.
He
You
started
guys
noticing
beat them
on
in
certain
teams,
stages
though,
his
in
wife
winners,
just
right?
couldn't even do it. He'd switch
Yeah,
the
but I'm pretty
Wow,
sure
and Ken with the
we
character switch here.
lost
Now he
overall.
goes from
Oh my
really
god, I forgot about the
because of
Ken
the level.
Oh
Fox.
yes.
In his close quarters here, it's going to be a
On
lot
Peach's
of combos.
Castle.
That makes it a whole new ball game. Now you're dealing with one of the fastest character, and he's
Dude,
running
Ken
around.
had the lamest fox back in the day.
little hits
Like, it was good,
play.
but like, it was like the
Can't
earliest like campy fox.
Wow,
It really was.
last match, pretty excited.
Came down to the last match too. Like the very last match of the second set.
Yeah, wasn't this like game 11 because of MLG's weird
without racking
rules?
too much damage.
Yeah, they had a real weird rule set about like the first set and winners, and it carries over.
When anyone
Yeah.
wins a match
The
against Ken,
score.
you kind of say, okay, well, this is just one match of a set of 5. It doesn't matter. And very slowly you realize that history is in the making.
He needs to be careful on the ledge. Above all, careful on the ledge is what PC's got to be thinking.
Oh snap, Dade, thank you for the sub,
Final
man.
go to PC Chris.
I appreciate
winner of
it.
the New York City season opener. Overthrowing the King of Smash, Ken. That's it.
Can't believe that.
$2,000 and a lot of glory.
I like look the same, honestly.
I ended
You
up
pretty
playing
much
with-
do.
I couldn't believe
I'll
it.
get
Like,
the
especially
hair
when
out
I
for
was
everyone.
like,
Oh, snap.
Like, all my New York homies had my back.
Just the fact that it was like this
Damn, you
new
still got
like,
the hair.
up-and-coming player.
Hair
you know, it's just-
confirmed.
It gave a lot
God
of people
bless.
like inspiration who were just starting to play Melee. Like, okay,
Getting
this guy's
old.
still new and he just beat the best player.
An MLG guy came with like directly with like a microphone and camera. And, like I was not expecting this, and he's like, "Do you have anything to say to your fans out there?"
Oh, there's
And I'm, like,
Dyer.
thinking to myself, like, I have no fans. There's chaos going on. Like, I like to think of it as like, you know, a little revolution in New York Smash itself. We, you know, turned a page on something old, and now we moved on to bigger and better things. Winning like a national versus like the best player. Like I was the first person to do that.
I would always beat Asm. When PC Chris beat me, it was just like gave the East Coast a new hope. They're like, oh, we can beat them.
The East Coast finally had their answer to Ken. The savvy new champion
I love that
found
picture,
instant
dude.
fame, not only for his
The
technical
Princeton
skills,
Club in
but for
Manhattan.
being what few
Oh,
pro
weird.
gamers had been before. Cool.
Yes.
He's cool as shit.
My friends give me so much shit
He's
for
humble.
Really?
Well, as humble as
That
a
part
guy
always
that's that
cracked
good
me
at
up.
something could be.
My basement.
PC Chris was the most laid-back person within the pro spectrum.
So laid
He's a very
back.
funny guy
Literally
too. He
laid
like cracks
back.
jokes. He like trash talks all the time, like jokingly though.
They just can't handle me right now.
Yes. That's when I got kicked out of the hotel.
It's cold, baby.
The night visit.
My friend had a party and they wouldn't even let us in. Like, it was at a hotel.
Well, some of the stories
Oh,
might
really?
say might get
Yeah,
pieces
it
of
was a bust.
Damn. So you guys went to like a house party instead?
Yeah.
These are all my
Yeah,
friends.
PC Chris has backup parties. Just in case the main one falls through. That's how cool he is.
Oh, not that cool.
Dude, I love this part. Kip is just spitting game.
He's a smooth man.
See how good I can hide how miserable I really am to the customers.
Wow.
Ken is a competitor, which I think is an important distinction among Smashers, and one that I've always preferred the competitor to the non-competitor. Your Chudads, your Ken, someone who will try to the last, which is why Chudad is one of my favorite players of all time, even though I've spent much of my life hating him. He does not give up. He can be down in a set, and he keeps playing, and he keeps playing, and he keeps playing.
My bad.
He doesn't give up halfway through, and that's Ken. Ken wasn't someone who just stumbled upon the skill. Ken was someone who wanted to win.
White, we've got the winners bracket final here.
Those
Ken versus
Kaiser, dude.
PC.
Yes.
You excited?
Really excited. Really excited. For those who don't know, Ken's been the reigning champ at this game for a long time.
Kaiser.
And East Coast, or any player for that
Kaiser's
matter,
the
really
shit.
hasn't been able to
Is this Dallas?
overthrow him. And then last
Yeah,
event
that's
at
the one
MLG
I
New
got.
York, PC Chris beat him and
I
won
got
the entire
embarrassed.
tournament.
Yeah.
Going into Dallas,
Countered everything.
You know, I obviously felt
shit was
good
hilarious.
about where I stood because
Like, well, what do I do?
I won the
I
previous
don't know how to do
tournaments.
anything but
I did
attack.
well in the time between at the locals and things. So, like by my knowledge, I was like, you know, let's go for a repeat.
For the first stage is Streamland 64. Ken struck Corneria, so PC can either get that on random or pick it himself. And PC Chris struck Fountain of Dreams. Obviously a little bit worried about his short hop lasering there on that stage with the low platforms.
I knew Ken was practicing. I just didn't know like what he was gonna do. I'm just gonna still go with the this aggressive strategy because his strengths are when he's dictating the match, and when he's like avoiding me, like I could just play my game, and even like if I'm not playing my best, I think I could still beat him.
Now PC, the Falco, is gonna try to get inside on the mark.
Nice little laser there
I
from
feel
PC.
so stupid.
Continuously pulling out the counter, which is that move where he puts his sword up, you just saw it again, and basically just takes the Falcon's attack.
It was pretty hilarious to watch.
How cool it might
It was
sound.
like you were like
It's
just
generally
dumbfounded
considered a
by
mostly a
the
useless
counter.
move, but for Ken to use
It was like a good idea,
repeatedly
and then like the
on one of
fact
the best
that
players in
like
the country
it was
in
working
freestyle
so
is-
much, it
it's
really like
impressive.
was messed around with me.
That's like a forbidden move that you use Marth, but I used it against PC Chris, so every single time he would laser me, I'd counter, and he'd jump in and get hit.
He, discovered that if I'm just mindlessly approaching him all the time, he can just, try to bait it and counter my approach with Marth's counter.
Ken has been known to reinvent the way to use new tactics and new techniques with Marth, so it looks like he's doing it again against PC.
The fact that Ken eventually
He's spamming it, dude. He was spamming that shit.
Well, obviously, like, I knew what he was doing. Like, I could see what's happening. It's happening to me, but telling yourself to avoid it and, like, telling your hands not to, it's one thing.
So you can't count unless you know you're
Muscle
gonna get
memory,
it off,
gift and a
but
curse
Ken
sometimes.
obviously showing us that he knows when he can get it off. He says, "Don't worry, guys. I know."
It was brilliant to see. Even though I prefer PC Chris as a person and a teammate, I enjoy seeing Ken, the viciousness come out, and he did, and reigned him as superior.
That's it. Ken
That's
wins
it for
the set.
Ken. Ken works his way back, hopefully silencing some critics in his mind.
Yeah, that wasn't a great time.
He exposed me. It was, definitely a downfall after winning New York. Suddenly, like, wow, was it just a fluke? Like, can I really hang with the top players, or am I just going to be that guy who's placing below them?
Yeah, I still work here.
Really?
Yeah. I was a busboy then. Now I'm like a
Eventually,
waiter.
I just had to make a
Finally.
decision whether if I was just want to keep working and just do the normal life thing, work, school, or if I wanted to try, test this Smash thing out for Ron. And I was at the age I was like, why not?
Damn. It's
Wow.
like you're making the same
Everywhere,
decision
winning
again.
money,
It's like I'm the same
dancing new places,
person.
food, building new relationships with people.
She didn't even live like a Smash.
Aw, you guys are
She looked
so
good, I'm not gonna
little.
lie, but you see
I know.
guys like
They're like
flocking, I'm like,
little
relax.
characters or something.
Let her breathe,
I was like, hey, I play Smash. And of course, the general reaction came, a girl that plays Smash?
Always hard to break the ice. It's just so awkward. What can you possibly say to this stranger that's gonna make him feel like this guy's definitely not trying to hit on me right now? There's nothing.
You know what might even attract guys even more is that she's good at the game.
I somehow got introduced to her. I don't really remember how. Like friends from a friend, like, oh, PC is Melty.
I was just like amazed at his Falco and watching him, and I asked him for a photo.
We were at that age where we had enough similarities to
So
date,
cute.
And, like, we're both
Oh my
attending
god,
these tournaments,
this is
like, why not?
slightly
Luke
embarrassing.
definitely he gets always mad at me because I always would hit him during teams, but we were actually, I thought we were a pretty legitimate team.
Yeah, this
We
part
teamed
cracks
at
me
so
up.
many tournaments while we were dating, and we got so close to winning, but we come up short. The day we break up, we go to a tournament and we win. It's like, that's how you know. We're still friends to this day.
Buddies.
She was going into college and stuff like that, so less time for practicing, whereas I was just playing Melee.
Smart man.
Do you still talk to Milty now?
I mean, I just like, until I've decided to make this comeback, I've kind of like just
Everyone was like,
been
oh,
off the
Ken
grid.
just figured out
But I
his
like it.
stuff, and, like,
I'm
now
definitely
he's gonna
friendly
beat
with
PC Chris
her.
every time. So like everybody
So,
knew about it, so
I don't talk
so
to
you
mu-
have to figure out
to much people.
something to do about it. Trying to adjust mid-match.
I mean, I can understand that, like, if you're
There's
not
certain players that just
if you're not
knew my
trying to be
style,
part
and
of
I had
the
trouble
Smash
against
community
guys on
consciously,
team,
then
and I
like
feel
I'm
like
sure
it's one of those
people
players
like
that
constantly
just
talk
knows
to you,
how
and
to
it's just
play.
like
I knew
a reminder of
couldn't
like
be
the life that you
completely,
used to have, kind of, I
offensive
guess.
and just like
Yeah,
try to avoid the counter
it's like I
because,
don't want
like
to make
said,
enemies
he'll
and
be
just
playing
like
this matchup
blow
forever,
like
he'll be,
even if it's a random
forcing me
person, I
to
don't
make bad
never want to blow
decisions.
them off.
So I just
Sometimes it take a
it's
while
like
to
the term I
spawn,
like
but
to use is called like hot cold.
sometimes run up and don't do anything.
I don't know.
But at the same time, sometimes I would.
If I was like working a real job and I wasn't playing Smash, like it was hard to just hear about it because I didn't care about it as much at the time. But I don't know. Right now, like I only work like 20 hours a week at the moment. Like I was thinking of finding a new job, but like I'm thinking about giving this a shot just because like it's something like I've been passionate about for so long that I really like. Like
Yeah.
And I don't expect to make like a living off like streaming or playing Melee, but like if it's something that I actually enjoy doing, like, and I could potentially like, you know, give people entertainment, like hype up the scene a little bit, like do something I love and like make a little money on the side, then like it's just like a great thing. I don't know. Like,
No, dude, I completely agree. Like
it's exciting.
I mean, like I said, I think I know exactly how you feel right now because it's how I felt like at the beginning of last year when I first noticed that everything was blowing up like it was, and I really got back into the community like full force. Like I don't know, when we played and we had the whole MLG thing happen and then MLG dropped Smash, I think we all just kind of felt like, okay, that's it for Smash. Like
yeah, like it was fun. Like while it lasted.
Yeah, like now that's
that
it.
was
Like
cool.
it's gonna die down. Like people might still have tournaments, but it's never gonna be where it was. Like it's never gonna be like at the same level as like these other crazy games that are actual legitimate like esports or whatever. But the fact that it has come back like it did in the past couple of years is just insane. And I mean, as I talked to Wes about this when he was on Nostalgia Nights. Like, there's a certain part of you when you play Smash, as long as we did, and we're part of that golden age. Like, there's a certain part of you you're always gonna want to play Smash. You're always gonna like have a love for the game, have a love for the community, and it's really hard to just let that go. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, and like I want to build off that a little bit. It's like I've always been like a humble guy. Like, you know, at one point, like I won like a few really big tournaments. Like at times, like I was, you know, my name was juggled up there with other Smashers for best Smasher at the time, and like those were like great goals and like amazing goals. And like I don't want to have like an ego or anything, but like now it's hard. Like I'm doing it right now because I want to do it seriously. Like if I don't take it seriously, I'm not going to get better. And like I have a good amount of pride too. Like I do not expect to do huge damage right off the bat. Like the game has evolved. Like I'm still a little bit behind. Like I think I'm dangerous. I can definitely like surprise some people, but at the same time, like if I do bad like at Apex, it's not gonna just like discourage me. Like I really want to put like a good years effort into like getting better. Because like when I first started playing, like it's a long process, and right now the skill level I'm at, like I'm gonna need to get better, and that's also gonna be a long process too. So
no, I mean, I think that you're approaching it the right way though, because well, I don't want to say that a lot of old school players come into it thinking that they'll do well off the bat, but there is that aspect of like, I used to be this good at this game, and you kind of have, I mean, you're a very humble player, I know that for a fact, like, but with anyone that does well in like any competitive thing, you're going to develop some level of an ego, and it's hard to just shrug that off and be like, okay, like even though I used to win, you know, I was the MLG Grand Champion of 2006, I'll just come back to this tournament and like just try to see how well I can do. Like a lot of people aren't capable of like even making that distinction. Like I think you have the right mindset going into it, like where like you just said, like you won't be discouraged if you don't do great at Apex because it's only a few weeks away. Like it's hard to get that good that fast in this day and age. But the fact that you recognize that and you understand that like it is that hard, I think already is a good sign for you, man. Like
yeah, I've been paying attention to the streams for the past 2 years. Like I follow the community still, so it's not like I don't know where I stand. Like I think I'm in the top 100 if you were to assess my skill, let's say. Like I really think like I can beat people in the top 100. Like I think I'm better than a few of them, but like there's no reason for me to be in there because I haven't been active. And now, like, I'm just gonna take it slow. Like, Apex is the first step to getting really better, and it's a great first step. I'm getting to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time, like whether it's local or out of state or out of country. It just, I don't know. Now that I don't even have to worry about like losing money from not going to work, and I have money to go, like I'm just gonna have a great time. And with that kind of mentality, I feel like maybe I can do damage. I'm not gonna hold super high expectations for myself. I'm just gonna try to do my best. Like, definitely been in this situation a lot. I was used to being.
It sounds exactly like your interview before MLG, New York opener 06. It's gonna be the exact same thing, guys. PC's just gonna win Apex this year. He's just gonna win.
No, when I watch the top players, I see it's like somebody's a lot better than you when it's like one thing if you could do it technically with controller and show it, and then it's one thing to recognize it by seeing it, but then sometimes I can't even catch it that way. They're just like doing shit, and I'm just like, oh my god, like they are so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, I completely agree, and it just goes to show how far the community's come in terms of the metagame. Like, the fact that it's so hard to be this good, the fact that, like, Asin, for example, I really think that the reason that Asin has not come to any major tournaments is because he did, little known fact, Asin came back to tournaments in 2011, 2012, and he did pretty well. He got top 8 at a Revival Melee. He got I don't know, he got pretty far at Pound 5 pools and shit like that, and he beat Cactuar in Pound 5 pools. Like, he did all right. But every time Asin played like a top player, for example, Revival Melee, he played Hacks or Mango, I can't remember. One of those two, he played them and they like 4-stocked him. And I'm pretty sure that kind of thing, when you used to be the best player in the world at one point in time, like getting 4-stocked by anyone, it doesn't matter who it is, even if it's Hacks or Mango, the best player around at the time, like it's got to be like a pretty big blow to like your mentality, your ego about the game. Like, that's why I feel like Asin now is like, okay, I'm gonna play the game and see how good I can get, and if I can get good enough to really compete at that level, then I'll come back to a major. But I think that's one aspect that a lot of the newer players that joined because of the documentary or whatever don't quite understand. Like,
yeah,
if you used to be that good, it's hard to like come back to tournaments and place like as low as you do, knowing that you're not playing to your potential if you practiced or whatever it might be. Like, it's hard, man.
Absolutely. Like, you're setting super high expectations for yourself, and maybe it's for a good reason. Like, in the past, you were dominant, like you did expect to win, and you did win most of the time, and when that doesn't happen, it's just it's really hard to adjust. Like,
sorry, go ahead.
But I don't know. I've popped my head at a couple of tournaments, like I said, in New York. I wanted to go to more, but like I said, like if I go to a tournament and I'm not going to work, and I'm probably not winning money at a tournament, so it's hard for me to make that choice. But I don't know, the tournament I went to, like I beat some good people, like I played pretty well, but then I also lost to somebody that I did not know who he was. And like, it's not that he was even like, I didn't feel like I got robbed or anything. Like,
right.
He won, he beat me, and it's just an eye opener. It's a different time. It's not like how it used to be. I'm not just gonna cruise through the bracket until like I recognize a name. Like, everyone's a threat. Everyone wants to win. Everyone wants to get better, and like that's why the community is so strong right now.
Right.
Because I don't know, if you only have like 30 or 40 really good players, it's different. Like how it was back in the day. Like you just get together at a couple big nationals, and basically that was it in terms of like East Coast versus West Coast or something versus international. Now it's just like I can watch like a Super Smash Sunday or like anything. Like I could watch like any stream, and the level of play is really high. Like even if it's not Mango, Armada, PP, like the gods of Melee, like people play at a really high level now, and it's a great thing. Like I'm not complaining at all. Like that's why our community's like alive and kicking, and it's gonna be for a while.
I mean, it's just the learning curve is so much higher now. Like that's the main thing, is that's what I noticed when I first got back into Melee. Was like when Brawl first came out, I quit Melee for like a good two years at least. And I tried playing Brawl at first, then I quickly realized that I didn't like Brawl, and then I just stopped playing Smash, period. I played Street Fighter 4 for a little bit. I remember me and PC actually played a lot of Street Fighter 4 online. This man has a beast Balrog, let it be known. His Balrog fucked me up a lot. I was mad at it.
Shout outs to Zoso. My friends are gonna laugh at that.
But once I guess got over Street Fighter, because after playing Smash, after playing Melee for so long, I just started to notice like, damn, Street Fighter is kind of just the same situation over and over, and it's not like Melee where you can play a match and see a new situation every single time you play a match, which is just insane. Like that's so totally beyond any other fighting game. That's what slowly started to draw me back into Smash. And when I first got back into Melee, it was like 2010, and it wasn't like the resurgence that we saw in like the past couple of years. Like Melee was still pretty small. It was still like the dead zone of Melee, so to speak. Like I went to some tournaments though, and I already noticed like tournament turnouts were way smaller, but everyone was so good. Like as soon as you play your first round match, it's like some really good technical fox. It's like, what the hell? Like I thought
the hardcore vets like sit around, and like any new player is like bullied instantly.
Yeah, dude. I mean, because to be fair, when Brawl came out, many of the people that had played Melee for so many years, the old school players, just pretty much were like, okay, this is the time to move on. It just seemed like the natural thing. Like, there's a new game out, and we don't really like the new game, so it's time to move on from Smash. But like that's probably the reason behind it. But regardless of the reason behind it, when you went to tournaments in 2009 to like 2011, there was maybe like 20 to 30 entrants at local tournaments at most, and everyone you played was amazing at Melee, because those are the only people still playing Melee at that point in time. Obviously, the last couple years, we've seen that resurgence, like a lot of new kids from EVO, from the documentary, whatever it might be, and that sort of leveled it out again, where, okay, there's a lot of new players again, so the average skill level isn't so ridiculous like it was during that brief period from like 2009 to 2011 or so. But I mean, overall, if you look at like just the high level, it's still kind of at that same place where everyone's a killer. You can never like ever have like a guaranteed win against anyone because everyone's so good. The game's been out for that long.
Never get comfy now. Like anyone, like I don't know, that like to build on what you said before about like Street Fighter. It's like you look for an opening in Street Fighter and you do the max punish, like depending on that particular situation. And with Melee, that just goes up in the air, because like when you factor in DI and everything, and I'm not even trying to say like Melee is better than so and so, or it's the hardest game. It's not even about that. It's just a different game. And with Melee, you can like new things happen all the time. Like, you know, 13, 12 years later, after however long I've been playing this game, like there are things that just like make me jump up and down and get excited. And I don't think like other games can do that.
It's just, I mean, it's something honestly unique in a game period, in a competitive game period. I feel like it's honestly rare to be able to play a game for 13 years, and then 13 years later, you've been playing this game competitively the entire time, but you still see a new situation that you've never seen before. An example, I was playing Kalamazoo, really good Midwest Peach, at the Sweet Prologue last weekend, and I was just playing him in friendlies, and he was right at the edge. He did a float canceled forward air, and it was a strong hit of forward air, and then he grabbed me out of it. And I was at like 50%. So like right after the fair, like he float canceled it instantly into a grab. I was just like, how did that happen? I've never seen that in my entire life before.
So like,
but it just happened.
The forward air hit you and he grabbed you as
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it was on Yoshi's story right at the edge. Like he was like closer to the stage than I was. I was right at the edge, and he faired me, float cancel faired, and then as soon as the fair hit, he canceled out of it into a grab, and it was a combo. I was just like, what the hell, dude? I've never seen something like that in my life.
I've definitely watched him play, like from watching streams constantly. Like I didn't know about him like that long ago, but now I definitely can realize that guy's like can move with Peach.
Yeah, man.
He's pretty good.
He's solid. I only played him in a couple friendlies, but I could already tell he's pretty legit. And
yeah,
that's a good example. Kalamazoo is a player that before Big House 4, 95% of the people that play Smash have never heard of this dude. But he almost beat Hacks at Big House 4. He almost got top 8 at Big House 4. Like the fact that people are capable of getting good that fast is crazy. It shows that the learning curve is this high for this game, and we were just talking about that, me and PC, how like it used to be a lot easier to get good quickly than it is now, but the fact that there's still people that can do it and get to that level that quickly is incredible. Like it shows that the game is still, you can still be new to Melee and still get good fast. Like I feel like a lot of people are discouraged because Melee is considered such a hard game. But you really shouldn't be, honestly. It's very possible to get good quick. It's really hard compared to how it used to be.
The first like year I'd expect like just to get everything down, and like not saying you'll start winning, but you gotta expect like it to take some time. It's a very like complex game, and if you're not challenged by someone better than you, it's really hard to get good. Like that's where like. I don't know, like I see Armada, and I know there's a lot of good players in Sweden, but I don't know how far they are from each other.
Right.
It just like, it's kind of crazy how like, and now Mango, I don't know if he lives in SoCal or like in Ohio. I don't know where he resides right now.
He moved back to SoCal recently. He lived in Ohio for like 2 years.
Yeah, but like those guys are still like the best, and they're probably not challenged that often.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I think it's really hard when somebody has, like I was good, but I never had a streak of dominance. I never had that. Like I popped up and I won my tournaments and I surprised people and I was consistent, but like never dominant. Like the way Armada and Mango have been dominant, like it's been a long time. And like I know like PP has been in there too. Music King has his time, like in Hungrybox as well. But those two just stand out. Like I think that's really hard to be the best and then stay better. Like people are trying to catch up. Like people are definitely trying to catch up.
I mean, there's very, very few Smashers that have had like a reign like that. I feel like it's like Ken, like Mewtwo King to an extent, but like Mewtwo King's reign was like kind of broken and stuff like that, like at times.
Yeah.
But you could argue that Mewtwo King had like his reign, and then Mango, and then Armada. Like those are the 4 Smashers who have arguably had a reign at some point. Other than that, there's no Smashers that have been like consistently on top for a long time. It's so hard to do. Like,
I mean, like that's what it'd be a little boring if like we always knew who would win. It would like, and clearly Mango and Armada are the favorites, but they can be beaten by like people right under their level.
Yep.
So,
is that John Cena on PC's window? Yes, it is. Excellent job of noticing.
Wow. Great eye.
All right, I'm gonna resume the episode now. We're pretty close to over.
Just be throwing out counter, and if he did, he'd get punished for it. And at least start to think about doing it. That's what I was trying to do going into Anaheim.
MLG Anaheim came out, the 3rd tournament, and they had a really, really great showdown.
See this? I think PC Chris is going to stick with Falcon.
It just looks so long ago.
You'll probably see lots of traditional like spacing and like stage
like America's funniest home videos with Bob Saget.
Cameras and there's lights and a stage, and absolutely the energy was there.
Local tournaments, he was playing at like a comic book store, like sandwiched in between some guys 300 pounds and
Samox,
some other guy.
thank you for the sub,
like
bro.
Sweaty, and you're
the best, dude.
doing anything you can just to stay on the TV and
This
play
documentary
matches.
is a
And 2
masterpiece.
years later, I'm suddenly on a stage.
The bottom middle of the stage. Ooh, excellent forward smash from Ken, and he gets the first kill. Good read by
Oh, that was dope.
PC Chris is playing beautifully right now.
I was
He's
moving
managed to,
at times.
Totally erase that
Is
stop
this
deficit.
Anaheim?
Yeah.
Said he needed something
Oh yeah,
more.
okay, so I talked about this. I like at one point, by the way, you should definitely review the documentary on your stream, FYI. Like I did that on my stream and it was super successful. People just love that in general. Like this documentary is so good, and the fact that like people like you and I can like review it and then like talk extra about what happened, I feel like
Yeah.
people dig that. But
Behind the scenes.
yeah, exactly. But when I reviewed this part, I was like, I was talking. I didn't go to MLG Anaheim, obviously, but I was at Smashade, which was like a Georgia tournament, and it was Asin's like initial comeback tournament. So he didn't come to MLG just yet. He went to that Georgia tournament with me, but it was on the same weekend as MLG Anaheim, and I was on the phone with Kaiser during this set, and he was like, "Dude, Ken is getting embarrassed right now. Like PC is just demolishing Ken." And I guess that was like mainly for like the first set, but I just remember that specifically like for like I couldn't watch it. Obviously there was no such thing as streaming back then, but like from what like Kaiser was describing, I was like, "Oh my god, Ken is getting destroyed."
Yeah, I mean, it's just funny because like I won the opener in New York, and like this is his home crowd, and like I had to go through the same thing like he went through, and it kind of
Right.
like this is my favorite set. My favorite set is not the one I won. This is my favorite set versus Ken because I felt like we were both playing really good, and like I ended up losing, but like I don't know. It was a great experience. Like
Yeah.
it is difficult to deal with people just screaming at you. Like even if you
Yeah.
know that they don't really hate you, they're just cheering for their friend.
Right. It's still
you know,
hard to deal with.
it gets to you. Like you go for that deep breath, and then suddenly you're just like, like screw you, PC, like die, like cut your hair.
Yeah. But
It's definitely like it's definitely home field advantage. It really is. And I'm not saying that makes or breaks the match, but it was cool to experience this on both sides.
right. Now, and I think this was also the first time that Smash got the main stage at MLG, right? So I'm sure that added to like the pressure of the situation, right?
Yeah, that's true. I kind of like forgot about that. I don't know. Like there was just like look behind you, and there'd be like, it was like a. I mean, it probably doesn't sound so glorious now because of esports blowing up, but like back in the day, like you look behind and you see like, I don't know, like a bunch of seats, and they're all taken up, and you're just like, well, this is different. This is cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, it also I think there were like one or two more Smash finals that ended up being on the finals that year for MLG, but they were like Ken versus 2 sets that were like not really legit. So it was kind of the only experience for a lot of the MLG people that didn't really care about Smash, that were just there for Halo or whatever. Like they were sitting there in the bleachers and they watched this set go down, and it was obviously an amazing way for them to like be introduced to Smash.
Yeah. No, I mean, even I know a lot of the MLG pros like would fool around with Smash like at the tournaments.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure a couple of them entered even some of the tournaments.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
teams. I think like I don't remember the Ogre Twins. I remember.
Oh yeah, the Ogre Twins. Walshy. I don't know if Walshy ever entered. Walshy was the shit dude though.
Yeah,
I love him.
It was cool.
Yeah. No, it's funny, like recently, like I after MLG ended or whatever, I never talked to any of the Halo guys for like years and years, but like recently once I got like big on Twitter or whatever, I started like looking up some of them, and they're all like still pretty big like in the esports community or whatever, and I actually Walshy, I saw post like one of his old T-shirts. Like you remember those like that clothing line he had, and he would like hand out T-shirts. Yeah,
that's crazy.
He posted something about it, and I responded to him. I was like, "Yo, dude, I still have one of those shirts." And then he responded to me, and he was like, "Yo, dude, I watched that Smash Brothers documentary. I recognize like all you guys. Like, I'm glad to see you guys are still going strong or whatever." So.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man.
It was fun. It was cool. Like they definitely had a bigger stage, but they were still cool guys. Like,
Oh yeah.
We had a good time.
My favorite thing was still that a lot of them would come up to me and be like, "Man, Smash is so much harder than Halo, dude. I don't know how you guys do it." All right, I'll resume the episode now.
Okay.
Excellent play from PC Chris. He's really against the trend now. Oh, wow.
I love this song that Samok uses here. Samok did a really good job of like taking the sets and like putting highlights, so like he didn't have to show the whole match, but you get an idea of like the flow of the match.
Yeah, I mean, whether you're a player or just like happen to watch the Smash documentary because you like video games, it's just done very well. It's done so well.
Absolutely.
Oh wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, it was. Some of this stuff, dude, like overall you watch the matches and you're like, oh, what he's doing, but like if you watch specific parts, it's like, man, that was still sick, like even by today's standards.
Yeah, it just like it wasn't consistent. Like there's a lot of sloppiness going on.
Right. There's definitely moments that like would still be sick today.
It takes a lot of skill to play this game.
Oh
you guys are
no,
watching it right now.
that hurts so bad. I remember that. That was a turning point. I'm getting so upset.
No, every time I've watched the documentary, actually, I've noticed that specific death on Battlefield, that specific SD is, oh damn, this is where PC like lost his head. Sucks.
Melee is so momentum based.
Oh man.
It's so momentum based.
For sure.
This song is real dope.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, there's Isaiah.
I
in the
know.
crowd.
Immediately spot Isaiah.
Last stock.
The West Coast crowd is going nuts. They're chanting,
Dude, I miss Isaiah caring about Melee.
Ken is their hero right now. They need
I don't think it'll ever happen again, but
it won't.
Yeah.
I just like miss his presence.
Yeah. Dude, this part pisses me off. Look at this. He's got destroyed by the cars.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know like how the hell to DI that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not getting comboed by cars most of the time I play Melee. That's not the reason why I lost, but that also like momentum based, like I said.
Yeah, that, like I said, I mean, like you noticed earlier, that one specific SD on Battlefield was like I feel like the thing that swung the whole set.
That was like,
Yeah, that's probably right after Kaiser hung up with you.
Yeah, probably.
PC lost. It was still a great tournament experience.
Huge, like,
I didn't get picked up.
A sign of relief.
I didn't really care whether Ken or PC Chris won half as much as I cared that people were actually watching, because the Halo kids were watching, and adults
Look at
were
the
watching,
hype.
and girls were
Yeah,
watching.
no.
And
Even
that's the
Isaiah was
direction I
getting
wanted
hype.
to go. I always wanted more from it.
Rare footage
I
of
wanted to
Isaiah getting
explore
hype.
this. I wanted to explore
Oh shit,
something
Caveman.
different.
Caveman,
I wanted to be like
holy
Pokemon
god.
and NASCAR, where it garners this fan base that's a little bigger.
Even though like I didn't.
My
walk
hair is
home with
crazy.
the
Yeah.
win or the money. And, like,
Sweating.
people were still
Yeah, you
saying,
look
well,
pretty-
Ken's better than
pretty
PCLA.
into
But
it
I knew inside that
at that point.
that like I went there and I did what I wanted to do.
I love this part, dude. This is one of my favorite scenes.
I don't know what's coming up.
Just one tournament that's less known that I went to was a one in Hawaii.
Oh yeah, this was a great time.
I went to Honolulu, got picked up by some Smashers who just were excited to play me, and were like very excited that I was coming to Hawaii. I'm
Dope.
excited to go to Hawaii. Like, thank you. Like, of course, like I'm gonna do that. Like, I tried to learn how to surf. Like the competitive stubborn person I am. Like, it just took me.
Was that
so long to
Rob?
At least
That's
catch a
my
wave
best
and,
friend Nick.
Start to like
Oh, Nick.
He's
ride on
now
board,
he's
and
married.
then,
That's
like,
how you
the
know
next
I'm
day
getting
I was
old.
trying to learn how to get up and like at the time I was like, why am I doing this? But like at the end of the day, it was so fun, and like being able to at least stand up for a couple seconds was like totally worth like 10 hours in the water.
Just a nice
Win the
scene.
tournaments, I'm like paying for my
It
trip,
was
and it was just
great. It was
honestly
a great
the
time.
best time of
Oh,
my
snap
life,
Toph.
probably, and, like I really enjoyed myself.
You had a
Everyone in
baller
Hawaii,
house.
I mean, shout
Word.
outs to all of them. They
Did he live in
made me
Hawaii?
feel like a king. They didn't need to, but they
Pretty
did.
sure that
I
was
had a
his
great
house at
time.
the time.
Oh, okay.
I mean, his
Hopefully I'll
parents
go
or
back
something.
someday. Just like being on the beach, you know, got the beers, got some food, got some music.
Lounge level 99.
PC's the true chillin' dude. All right, guys, welcome back. I'm gonna pull up some random old school footage here to put on while we watch or while we do Q&A from the chat. So, guys, since there are so many people in chat right now, we will be focusing on subscriber questions. But if you have a good question, we'll try to answer it anyway. The Q&A does start now. So again, guys, subscribers get priority as far as this goes. So if you're a sub and you have a question for PC, now is the time to ask. I'm not gonna, okay, yeah, someone put the room in sub only mode. I guess that's fine. I was gonna say we would just look at the questions from subs, but sub only mode is fine for a little bit, at least so we can get the questions going. Should have resumed the doc so we could see double D2D. Have you seen
No.
that part of the
No,
doc?
I've been tortured by that. I didn't see it for like years, and then like it pops up everywhere. It makes
Me and Aslan
Seriously.
recently saw double D2D when we were playing on Dreamland.
Yeah, it happens. It's crazy.
All right.
Okay, so we'll start this Q&A. I'll look for some serious questions. PC, any thoughts on Smash 4? I currently do play Smash 4. I wouldn't say competitively. I haven't gone to a tournament. I play a Wii Fit trainer.
Really?
Yeah. Only the female version though. The male is just very, very scary. But I do think the game is a step up in terms of like, I don't know. I don't even want to hate on Brawl. Like, it's not about hating on Brawl, but it's a little more fun than Brawl. Like, you can do some stuff. I'm kind of liking it. It's a little more fun, but like Melee is where my heart is really. Okay, so I'll look for another question. PC Chris, is it true that you spent all your MLG money on Burger King? No. I mean, I love Burger King. It's amazing, but it went to a lot of places. Like just living for 3 years, I went to a community college for like 4 semesters, so it definitely got dispersed to multiple things. Okay.
Someone donated $1 and had the question of, did you ever play Aslan and Falco Dittos?
I'm sure I have. I had to, but I really don't know what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he ever went Falco on you in tournament, right?
I don't think so. He's definitely throwing some things at me, and honestly, most of the time he beat me. He was one of the guys that I don't think I really matched up well against. Will you main Falco again in Melee? I definitely play like multiple characters, and I'm not afraid to bust out like my Peach or my Marth or my Sheik in tournament if I'm confident. But mostly just with Fox, I just feel most comfortable and like all around the board. Like it's certain matchups are a little tougher, but my Fox is a step above all my other characters when it comes to tournament. How do I think the Falco metagame has progressed since 2006? Oh, it has progressed infinitely. I really think Falco is still really good. he's just not my style. I just like Fox, like he's so fluid and it just I don't know, he's so fast. Falco I still feel sluggish and slow with, but like when I watch someone like I don't know, like Mango's Falco and West Balls, the things they do and they extend combos so well. And like PP and Mango and West Balls, they really get max punish on every combo, and that's like the difference since back in the day. Back in the day, it was just like getting dare, shine, dare. Now it's a lot more.
Yeah. I think I definitely agree with that. Falco's metagame has progressed tremendously. It's kind of like in 2006 when you got an opening with Falco, if you ended up converting on it and getting a 0 to death off of it, then it was considered amazing. Now if you convert off it and get a 0 to death, it's standard. So that's the biggest difference.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Since you're playing Fox now, how important do you think hand exercises are given the recent injury of Hacks? I can't really give a fair answer on that because I've never had problems with hands cramping. Like, there are some days you play good and some days you won't play as good. But I've never had, like, my hands lock up or, like, have a problem with my hands. But then again, like, I'm not 20XX and I'm not, like, constantly pressing buttons all the time or playing as much as them recently in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be a problem for you soon, dude. My wrists and hands have started to feel it a little bit lately, especially mainly when I play like long sessions. It starts, and like I can feel it the next day. It kind of like I don't know. Sometimes I just wake up in the middle of the night and like my whole like hand and wrist just feels like weird. And I'm like, what's wrong here? Oh, I think my mic might be off. Okay, we should be good on my mic now. Apologies if you guys didn't hear that, but yeah, the whole hand health issue is a real thing, especially if you play a very technical character like Fox or Falco. So hand stretches, wrist stretches, stuff like that is very important. If you do have issues with your hands or wrists. Oh really? I was good? Okay. OBS was telling me otherwise.
Alright, let's see.
PC, are you sure you'll go Fox against Ken? Ken watched your Fox on his stream yesterday and said he knows for sure that he can beat you if you go Fox. Oh shit.
I mean, I really don't think like he can get a good grasp of where I'm gonna be when I play him. Like anything of me recently, it's just like you gotta take it with a grain of salt.
Not a good representation of your skill.
I mean, it's like I'm clearly rusty. Not saying like I'm not trying to. I'm probably an underdog in terms of like if this was like, you know, Vegas and there was odds and we're betting, like I'm probably an underdog, and for a good reason. Like I've been out of the scene for a while, and like Kenny's definitely good. Like he's had his foot established like in the Smash community now for like a year, so he has that experience. So that's gonna be hard, but like I feel like a part of Ken's style has never gone away. You know, like you see him doing the dancing blade still, like it's still Ken's Marth, and it's still gonna be like my play style.
Right.
So like I really think it can go either way. Like I really do. I like if I get bopped, I'm not gonna like be like, oh, what the hell happened? Like didn't see that coming because anything could happen. It's Fox versus Marth.
Right.
Like it could go bad in either ways, but. I don't know. I don't think he can really get a good read off my playstyle from like a video that I don't even know what he's talking about because I don't even know what videos there are of me.
Well, Battlefront just asked, how will you prepare for your match against Ken? And I'll go ahead and take that a step further. PC, what are your plans for Smash leading up to Apex? What do you think you'll do in terms of preparation? And do you think you'll really be at a level where you can compete to your potential at Apex, or do you think that you'll just be getting back into it when Apex comes around?
I mean, it's hard to answer that because, like, in my heart, like, realistically, like, I want to be there to compete at my best level, like, that I can play. But it's, you know, like, what, 3 weeks away, 2 weeks away, something like that. It's right around the corner. But the good thing is I do have a lot of friends here that play. Like, I have 2 roommates that are pretty solid, and I have a new roommate that just moved in. Like, you guys are gonna meet them when I stream. Like, they're pretty solid. And then I also have like the homies that I played with for a while. Like, I don't know if you know about Nico. Like, you probably heard of OTG and those guys. Like, those guys are solid. Like, those guys are good practice. If I play Nico a lot, like, it's not the same style as Ken's Marth, but like,
Does he still use Marth? I think Nico actually beat me in pools at like a revival melee or something at some point. So he's
yeah,
definitely legit.
he's super good versus Fox. And like I said, it's gonna be tough because Ken just has that like unique style. It's not going to be the same as playing Nico, even if I get like really good against like playing Marth. It's still going to be Ken's style. So like that's what I need to look out for. I just need to like slow my pace down versus him. Like, I'm a faster character. I'm not saying I'm going to shoot my gun a ton, but definitely not just going to get countered a lot. That's for damn sure.
I was about to say, do you have a plan if he starts spamming counter against you?
I mean, I kind of hopefully got a little wiser since then. Like, I just run around and grab him, but...
Yeah. I mean, the fact that you...
Somebody super good against Fox? What?
That's Nico.
Nico's here? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Nico, remember when you whipped my ass at Revival and Melee? That sucked. But, no, I was just about to say, I mean, the fact that you already, like, at MLG Anaheim got that close to beating Ken shows that you adapted to the counter strategy. But I think the whole thing about that makes it, like, crazy, I guess, is the fact that counter was considered just an, like, overall just terrible move.
Terrible.
And the fact that he pulled it out and started using it so much and started having so much success with it that quickly was pretty crazy. And you got to give props to Ken for that. I mean,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
The fact that he, like, has that ability to innovate to that extent. And I actually had a question like this recently of, like, who was better at adapting, Azen or Ken? I feel like Ken was better at changing his own playstyle to match the opponent, whereas Azen was really good at adapting, but Azen would kind of just mold his own playstyle to fit the opponent. You know what I mean? Whereas Ken could just change everything he did all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like, you versus him at MLG Dallas is a perfect example. He was just able to fucking start spamming counter that much. Like, even though counter was considered that bad of a move, the fact that he was able to pull it out and have that much success with it that quickly shows that Ken had that ability to adapt his own playstyle better than any other player. As far as adapting to an opponent's playstyle, I think Azen always had the best edge at that. But like I said, it was kind of, he was just changing his own playstyle to match the opponent.
Yeah, I think like with Azen, if he starts throwing in his different characters, it gets dangerous. Because like when he throws in his like his Spaceys and like his Marth and his Sheik, like he can cover a lot of options. But like the thing about Ken is just like, you know, like he started doing that counter, but then there was like all the copy Marths that came after that, you know, and they would try to counter me and it wouldn't be the same. Like it was too obvious. Like he did it in a way like, you know, I looked dumb as hell there and for good reason, but like at the same time he was making, like he just knew he was a step ahead of me, basically. So like you can take any move and make it seem broken at that point.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that type of thing is something that you wouldn't nearly see as much these days because the metagame has already been established so much that like if there was something like that happened, the opposing player would be like, okay, I've seen this before, you know, I know how to deal with this, and they would adapt their own playstyle to deal with it. But Ken pulled out the counter at MLG Dallas like that. It was so like out of
Different.
the blue.
Yeah. It wasn't like anything that happened before. Like
exactly.
I mean, it definitely took me by surprise.
Yeah. PC, why do you think you struggled with so much with hugs in particular?
That's a good question. I mean, I always respected Hugs. I felt like a lot of people give him crap, but like he's always had he's like, Samus is clearly not broken. She can be annoying to fight against. She's not broken. She's
Yeah.
tough to use. She does okay versus Fox and Falco. She does like okay, not great, but like I just felt like it's all how your style matches up to someone, and I was like too concerned about rushing him down, and it was at the point where he just like was up B at a shield every time, and it was just like I had to learn how to pick my spots better versus him. And I tried a couple other characters. Some of them had success sometimes, but like overall, like me and Hugs, like I definitely did struggle with him. I'm not saying like I should have beat him every time. Like there wasn't that much of a skill difference. It was just other people seemed to beat him a lot more, and then I would lose to him, and it would kind of
Right.
like throw people off.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can totally relate to that question since Samus is currently like my worst matchup. I don't know if you saw, but
I heard about it. I didn't see it.
yeah, I got 6-0'd by Samus last weekend. It was fucking terrible, dude. And to me, it's because like Samus is not a top tier character or anything like that, but she's a legitimate character. Like
Yeah, she is.
you can't just ignore the fact that Samus is like can be good in the right hands kind of thing. And I haven't played a Samus in like friendlies or practice with a Samus or whatever since Jatanic, which was like 2002, 2003. Like it's a long time ago. So I don't know any of the tricks that the Samus players have against Fox now. And I mean, being a Fox man, I'm sure Chris, you can relate to this. Like everyone knows how to fight your character specifically because you're the best
Yeah.
character. Like obviously everyone has tons of tricks against your character specifically. So
Yeah, like when you practice against that character. Like,
exactly. So if they
it's-
have tricks against your character specifically that you haven't ran into, then it becomes really, really hard to defend against it.
Yeah, like to further like build on what you said before, she has the tools to take care of Fox and Falco. Like you make one wrong decision, she like whips you off the stage with a down smash. And like she can put you in really bad spots. Not saying it's easy to do, but she can, she can be a pest when you're playing Spaceys versus
Right.
her.
Yeah, and I've never like tried to say like, oh, Fox versus Samus is a bad matchup, but I've never had the practice to be comfortable in that matchup. And if you're not comfortable in the matchup, then a Samus main will tear you up for it because that's all they know is how to fight a Fox player. So,
Exactly. Yeah, like first players who like kind of love the Spacey matchup towards like later in my career, I started going for like Peach and Marth and Sheik, and like sometimes it didn't work out, but I kind of liked Peach versus Samus. Not that my Peach was great or anything, but I just felt like it was safer, like I was going hit for hit. The same way I kind of went like Peach versus Mango's Jigs back in the day.
Right.
Because like when he hit my Fox, he killed me. But like when I played Peach versus him, it was just like hit for hit. So I could play like my game better.
yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's still a matchup that's pretty hard for Samus's these days, Peach.
I'm really not too sure. Like when it comes to those matchups, like the floaties and like today's metagame, I'm really not too sure. But definitely thought that was a strong matchup back in the day for Peach.
Right. So Zero sent me a message on Twitter saying, "Yo, chillin', can you just tell PC I'm a fan of his and that I say hi?" I don't know if you know who Zero is. He's like a super good brawl player, one of the best Smash 4 players
Oh.
currently.
No, yeah, I absolutely know who he is. Like, like or Zero, like the Smash 4 player, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that won the invitation.
The guy's just like dominating right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, that means a lot. Like, it's to see everyone like supporting me right now. It just kind of doesn't even make me feel nervous anymore. I was so on edge before 6 o'clock. Now I just I feel back at home, baby.
Yeah. No, man, I think that's something that you'll start to get more of a feel for when you start streaming. Like, I don't know, man. The streaming a lot has helped me realize how cool the Smash community really is. Like the fact that these people show up in my stream consistently and are as cool as they are. It's just like, damn, like, I don't know, like, I've had my reservations about esports in general, like the community as a whole. It's like I don't know, there's a chance that these people are a part of this specific community for a specific reason or something like that. But it feels like with Smash specifically, there's like I don't know, almost like a benchmark of like you have to be this cool to be like still playing Melee at this point in time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like lasted so much time, and the bar is set so high. I don't know, but it's so big right now.
Yeah. Like I said, dude, it's huge right now. And
It really
once
is.
again,
It's
shout out
crazy.
to Samox, who's just recently subbed to me. What a homie, aka Travis Beauchamp, the guy that put the documentary together mostly on his own because I think he did have a Kickstarter for the original documentary, but the Smash community was not nearly what it is because the documentary that he made is what ended up helping it become as big as it is now. So the fact that he put it together with so little help and the fact another thing that I'm really impressed by with Samox is the fact that he never like put the documentary out too early because as you probably know PC like when you got interviewed like it took like another like couple years for the documentary to come out at that point, right?
Yeah, it wasn't like 2 months later.
Right,
It
exactly.
was a long process.
It took a while, but the fact that he did that like shows in the quality of the documentary. Like he put the time in to make sure that it was as good as it needed to be before it came out. So once again, Samox, amazing stuff, dude. Like I really can't thank you enough for your work on the documentary. Do you still talk with Wes? I assume that's a question for PC, Mr. Dubs. What do you?
I just like I've been kind of in and out of Smash community. Like I talk to him sometimes. Like I definitely plan on talking to him. Like I can't wait to see him. He's like, he's definitely one of the people that like showed me the ropes and just like has been a great friend overall. And he can make me laugh no matter what. Like Wes
Right.
will always make you laugh. So I'm
That is a guarantee.
yeah, like I haven't talked to him too recently, but I'm like definitely looking forward to seeing Wes. I'm seeing PC. Who would you team with in doubles now? If OTG goes for
Oh,
Melee,
shit.
I will be teaming with him
You
for
guys,
doubles.
PC and OTG beat me and Siren at Apex 2012, I think. It was bad, like because
Dude, he's good in teams.
yeah,
Diamond's
Siren's super good at teams, and like PC had already been out of the game for a while, so Siren and I didn't expect to lose. But I always give Siren shit for this because we lost the first game, and then Siren was like, "Where should we go?" And I was like, "I mean, I like FD." And then we went FD and got like 4-stocked or something. And then Siren started complaining about the fact that we went FD, and I was like, "Dude, I asked you where you wanted to go. You could have just been like not FD."
Yeah, I don't know. Me and OTG wouldn't really practice too much because we're mostly singles players. But like the thing me and him have going for us is just like we're like actually like friends in real life. And like when we beat somebody, like say it's 1-1, like the thing I say to Max to OTG, I'm like just like these guys do not want to lose to us. Like it's gonna be so satisfying to beat these guys right now. And like we just get hype and motivated, and so like he is a secret beast in teams OTG. Like you don't realize like in like the calamity of teams and how hectic it is, how many like capes or back air gimps like Doc can just sneak out on
Yeah,
you.
he really
So,
does,
like,
especially
yeah.
against Spaceys.
Exactly. But so yeah, if he goes, I will be teaming with him. If he doesn't go, it's gonna be up in the air. So I'll let you guys know, I guess.
Word. I've had a repeat question come up a lot. Dade wants to know, PC, is it true that you were picked to be one of the people to play at the E3 Invitational? That's a good question.
I was contacted if I was interested in it. I don't know if it was for a guaranteed spot or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But like at the time, there was just so much going on, and like I wasn't even playing Melee. I was just like, I don't know if I want to even do this. Like I'm like I feel like somebody deserved the spot more than me for sure.
Damn, PC giving up spots out here.
I mean, I don't know. it's not even that. It just I was busy with like my regular job, and it just wasn't a good time for me.
Word. All right. Hey, PC, this is Brent. What do you think some of the pros are about the change and growth of the Melee scene over the last decade? And what do you think some cons are? Oh, okay. Pros and cons of the growth of the Melee scene over the last decade.
Okay. Well, like a big pro has just been like all the resources the community has now, whether it be like social media or just like the access of streams and everything. There's just like an unlimited amount of information out there now. There's frame data, like you can find, like you can play Melee online. There's just like a lot of things now where in back of the day you had to just drive and play somebody at a tournament, and you could like try to download a video on DC++ and wait 2 hours for it to finish. But that's like one of the biggest pros, and some of the cons are just like the internet is like, it's a great place, but it can also be a scary place. Like I'm really grateful that you guys have been so nice to me. Like I've just basically seen nothing but good things. But like sometimes when you have all this attention, like people can say the wrong things.
Right.
Like not always. That's really the only con. Like
yeah,
Melee has no reason to not like keep blowing up at this point.
Yeah. No, I mean I totally agree with you, and I mean that's a con of I think any scene growing. That when the scene grows in general, you might have like those trolls that sprout up or whatever. Like I don't think as a whole that there's like any con to the Melee community growing. It's just a natural thing that comes of any community getting big, pretty much. Samox had a good question though that I wanted to ask you. Was PC, did I do you justice in your episode?
It was, you did more than justice. Like like I really like, I don't know, I'm just a weird guy. I don't like seeing myself. Like it was a lot of fun doing it, and I've only heard great things about it, but like the person I am, I just like didn't want to see myself on like the camera like that. So you made me look cool, way cooler than I expected to ever look. So you did it more than justice. Like you did a great job, not only with my part, like I've watched a couple other parts, and the whole thing is just really solid, whether you're a smasher or just like a fan of like competitive gaming.
Can we just talk about how humble PC is? I think it's great, man. Like I don't know, like I have a great appreciation for the fact that like I don't know, like it's different for like Asin, where Asin hasn't watched the documentary in general because he's just not ready to get into the community to that extent. But like the fact that you haven't watched your own episode because like you just don't want to like look at yourself that much. I don't know, like there's a lot of like humility and like stuff like that. I don't know.
It sounds stupid. Like things like that's a big deal. Like changing my profile picture on like social media is just like, it's a year-long process.
Right.
Like I have to like set myself up for it. So like when you told me we were gonna watch the documentary, it made me really nervous. But like I looked fine. Like it was great. I don't know what I was so worried about, really.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand where you're coming from with that though. Like if I had my own episode for the documentary, I would probably like approach it with that same kind of nervousness, but luckily I didn't because I wasn't good enough.
I don't know. You would have had an entertaining part, man.
Well, you know, I think there's a lot of arguments that could be made for people that didn't have an episode that should or whatever, but I think Chu honestly was at that level, but the fact that he always gave the finals to Ken, I think is what prevented him from having a part, unfortunately. Because like Chu clearly was at that level where he was able to compete with, even back in like 2004, he was able to compete with Isaiah, Ken, and Asin. And then in 2005, 2006, he was able to compete with like you and M2K and KDJ when you guys got really good and all that shit. So, but Chu never had that major win at an MLG because he always gave it to Ken. So
he uses like 2-3, 2-3, 2-3.
Exactly.
He's like super consistent. I've actually like had a brochure, or, like a booklet from MLG Vegas at my parents' house, and just like had all our seating and like pictures.
Nice.
Like I'm gonna have to bring it to Apex. It's pretty neat.
That sounds
It's
awesome.
like it's kind of old and like water damage, but it's like it was pretty fun to look at.
Word.
But yeah, just if you don't mind, I want to just like bring up like just a couple things before we end this, if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Okay. So yeah, like I'm definitely trying to make a comeback. As I said, I'm gonna start streaming. We do have a desktop, and I'm gonna need things for it, and I'm sure the donation money will be more than plenty for that. So like within the next week or two, like hopefully I can even start streaming before Apex a little bit. But as of now, the stream name is gonna be Lounge Level 99 because I like to take it easy, and that's also gonna be the name of the Twitch too. So it'll be Lounge Level 99. I'm really looking forward to playing Ken at Apex, not only because it's been a rivalry for so long, but I feel like it's a good way to like gauge my skill right now.
Did you already make that Twitch, by the way? The Lounge Level 99?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it's any spaces. Should be that. Okay. And then like it goes the same for the Twitter. So yeah, basically the last thing I wanted to say is like I know I couldn't answer a lot of questions here. I'm sorry like if I'm bad at this. I got a little overwhelmed, like I'm not used to this much attention and stuff like that. But I'm thinking about doing like an Ask Me Anything tomorrow on like the Smash subreddit. And I'm aiming to do it around 9 or 10 p.m. tomorrow, but like
Sweet.
I will give an update beforehand.
Yeah, guys, make sure you guys follow him on Twitter if you haven't already. It is PCChris_Fadays, which is FAHDAYZ. Also, you should change your Twitter username if you can to something easier.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm not used to this.
that would help. But yeah, make sure you guys give him a follow there if you haven't already. And yeah, PC is very new to all this. Basically, this whole Nostalgia Nights, all of this stream came together a couple nights ago when I first talked to PC, and I was sort of, like I said, kind of thought that PC was just not interested in being a part of the community, but it was more that he just wasn't like really aware of like what he could do in the community at this point. So the fact that, you know, that's all possible now, and that you guys all supported to the extent that you did. Once again, thank you guys so much for the donations.
Yeah, seriously, like it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I really don't like.
I mean, like I said, like I didn't have any doubt that we would get the donations, but the fact that we got them within like 15 minutes or something was
Yeah, it's
absurd.
unbelievable. It's so much support.
Yeah. So, thank you guys so much for that. And like I said, the fact that PC wasn't like, I guess, quite aware of like what he could really do in the Smash community, but now I'm like helping him like realize that, and the fact that you guys are all supporting it so much is amazing. So thank you guys all so much for the support. Definitely give him a follow, Lounge Level 99 on Twitch. I'll link that one more time. Is going to be his stream, and as he said, that should come up before Apex.
I'm hoping to get it up like before Apex. That'd be great. Like my friend has a computer. We're gonna need to buy like a nice mic, a couple things. Like
Right.
I'm gonna have to talk to you about like all those like little connectors
Yeah,
that I
the
don't even
equipment.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could.
I mean, we just created it before this. Should have like a weird funky picture. I've dabbled in PM, but I definitely just kind of play it like Melee. Like if I were to play PM in a tournament, I'm just going like Fox or Falco probably. So I don't really play it competitively. I just like to see how it feels.
Right. Okay.
But,
Well, either way, PC will definitely have a lot of entertaining stuff on his stream. And again, that's twitch.tv/loungelevel99. Sorry guys if my mic was muted. I tried to reinitialize it, so hopefully we're good now. But yeah, like I said, PC is definitely back in this for real. Like, he's trying to get all up in the Smash community, real talk, and I'm super glad that I was able to sort of help him realize that this was possible in the first place. But as long as you guys continue to support him, like I said, the donation drive tonight was incredible. If you guys keep up that same level of support for PC in the future, I'm sure you guys will see much more of him as far as Smash Brothers goes.
Yeah, I would like to thank everyone. First off, chillin' dude, like, thanks for opening my eyes that like a comeback is something that like everyone can benefit from here. Like, people are like happy to see me. Like, I'm happy to be back. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, I really appreciate you doing this for me. Like, I know you didn't have to really do this. It was awesome. But like, most of all, like, I want to thank the community because like it makes me feel like I'm really at home. Like, you guys are so nice. You've always had my back. Like, you always will. Like, it's just a great feeling, and I really appreciate like any donation. And if you can't donate, like, I still appreciate the support. Like, I hope you guys will enjoy my stream once it gets going, and I'm just really excited to get this started.
Yeah, for sure. And dude, no problem from my end, man. Like, I'm always about like getting old players into it, especially when they're as cool as you were. Like, I don't know, this isn't something that I've talked about extensively, I guess, but me and PC were really good friends back in the day, and PC's just a homie, man. He's a really cool guy. So like, the fact that I was able to like open his eyes the way I did and let him know that, yeah, there is this community here that you can still totally be a part of, that people will love you for, like, all that shit. Like, I'm grateful, honestly, for the fact that I even had the chance to do that, man. So like, the fact that you're back into it to the extent that you are is more than enough thanks for me. Like, I'm super excited to see you do well. As an old school player who's done pretty well myself, I would like to see more of us do well, because a lot of
we gotta stick together. It's these youngins.
yeah, dude. A lot of these youngins, like, they're like, these old school players aren't legit. Like, they don't have it anymore. They lost whatever they had. Like, I think that's straight up bullshit. I think that if we care enough, we can easily beat any of these new kids now. And so the
Dude.
fact that you're on board, dude, I'm super excited for it, man.
Yeah, you won't be alone now.
Word. That's what's up. So yeah, guys, thank you guys all so much for tuning in. This has been obviously an excellent episode of Nostalgia Nights. Once again, PC Chris will be making a full comeback to Smash. He will be starting to stream soon as well. That's twitch.tv/loungelevel99. Make sure you guys give him a follow there if you haven't already. And his Twitter is PCChris_Fadays. That's FAHDAYZ. Make sure you follow him there as well. Like I said, PC Chris is getting back into the community. I'm glad to have been part of it, man. And I'm super excited to see you come back.
Seriously, thanks everyone. It's been a great night.
Definitely has been amazing. And looks like this picture that's up on the stream right now is funny. It's you versus PP from like Zenith 2012 or something. He probably bodied you.
He probably did. I always felt like I matched up well versus him, like, compared to other people his level, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I always felt that too with PP, because it's probably just because he's a spacey. Like, I feel like for us, like, there's a certain level of like playing a spacey that you never like forget how to play against a space animal.
Yeah, because you know what's like good versus you, so you know what to do versus them. Like,
yeah, exactly. So. But yeah, guys, once again, PC will be starting the stream soon, and he will be entering at Apex. I'm going to make sure that the registration gets finalized in the next day or so. And thank you guys all so much for tuning in. The stream has been super great. Once again, twitch.tv/loungelevel99 will be where PC starts his stream in the coming weeks, hopefully before Apex. And is there anything else you want to say, PC?
No, just thanks to everyone again. I've had a great time. I look forward to seeing everyone at Apex. I hope I put up a good show. I'm gonna give it my all, and it's just really nice to be back.
Sick. So yeah, guys, you heard it here first. PC says he's gonna destroy Ken in the Salty Suite.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try.
Word. Awesome, dude. Well, thank you again so much for being on, man. And that is pretty much it for us tonight. Once again, TC is making a full comeback to Melee, guys. Gonna start streaming as well as enter Apex, and you can expect to see him in tournament.